You know that feeling when you were driving along, minding your own business, and suddenly that orange check engine light pops up on your dash? It is the universal sign that your afternoon just got a lot more complicated. If you have plugged in a scanner and pulled the code P043B, do not panic just yet. The technical definition says Catalyst Temperature Sensor Circuit Range Performance on Bank 2, Sensor 2. Now, here is where it gets a little tricky and where a lot of people get confused. Most cars, especially from brands like Subaru, Ford, Toyota, and Dodge, do not actually have a dedicated thermometer stuck in the exhaust pipe. Instead, the computer uses the data from the oxygen sensor to calculate the temperature. So when we talk about this code, we are really diagnosing the downstream oxygen sensor on Bank 2. Bank 2 is the side of the engine that does not contain cylinder number 1, and sensor 2 is the one located after or downstream of the catalytic converter. Ideally, your catalytic converter is like a chemical incinerator, turning nasty stuff like carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxides into harmless water and carbon dioxide. To check if this is working, the computer compares the upstream sensor, which should be bouncing up and down in voltage, with the downstream sensor. If the converter is healthy, that rear sensor should be pretty lazy, holding a steady voltage around 0.45 volts. This code means the computer is seeing values that do not make sense, suggesting the temperature calculation is way off. Before you run to the parts store and drop money on a new sensor, get under the car. I want you to look for exhaust leaks first. A small crack or a rusted flange near that sensor lets fresh air in, which tricks the sensor and triggers this code. Also, inspect the wiring. These wires live in a brutal environment, heat and road debris. Look for melted insulation or loose connectors. If the wiring looks good and there are no leaks, grab your multimeter. You can check the resistance of the sensor's heater circuit. If it reads open, or OL, the sensor is toast. It is a moderate issue, meaning you can drive it home, but do not ignore it for too long, or you will start burning more fuel and potentially clog your converter.